like the Haitians.
So, so it's lazy. I know, but
Pina wena
so
bana bye guy.
the first,
She want,
the
well,
first,
she want to get lip gloss stuff. What happened?
it's just a little chapstick, just because you want to be crusty over there. Hey guys, welcome back to Matter of Opinions. It's your girl Des,
It's your
and we
boy
got our boy
Bamboo.
Bamboo.
You
Why we got to keep doing this?
It's the Europe. That's what I do.
I need you to be a
Europe.
little bit more enthusiastic. This is the second
Oh,
time.
the enthusiasm comes when I'm on. We especially the topic today because it's right up my alley.
Do you want me to introduce the first topic,
No, you
or
can go ahead. I got the introduction on the first topic.
okay, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first topic today, and if it touches you a little bit, and if you feel any kind of way about it, be sure to like and subscribe and let us know what you think about the topic, even if you want us to get back to it. But our topic today is about alimony, child support, and raising of the kids, and how we could co-parent together and make better children for our society. So what's up, Des? What you thinking today?
So my thought is the kids need to be split 50-50, right? Kids 50-50 if we're living in the same or close city where, you know, it's not going to be a burden on the parent or children to get back and forth to school, and, you know, it doesn't interrupt their day to day, like whatever extracurricular activities and stuff they have going on. And as a result of having that 50-50, I think that there is obviously no need for child support because we're each carrying our weight 50-50 in with it. And if you were already like having your own income and you're able to make it on your own, I don't think alimony is necessary. However, if you were a stay-at-home parent, or if you made significantly less than your partner and can't really afford to technically live on your own, then I think obviously alimony should be a factor in
Not
the equation for sure.
not the other person's problem. Point blank,
What
period.
do you mean it's not the other person's
Point blank,
problem?
it's not the other
We
person's
agreed as
problem.
a family
No, it is no
for
we
you to be
agree.
the breadwinner.
No, it is no we agree. All right. If you broke and you ain't got what it take to raise the kids, then you give the kids to the other parent that can afford to raise them. Because 9 times out of 10, I can promise you, the money that you give for your child, it never goes towards the child. It always goes towards the other parent. So I'm trust me, I was in a situation. I was in a situation where we had an agreement, right? Every Tuesday, Thursday, no, I'm lying. Every Tuesday and Thursday and every other weekend was my day with the children. But once that other parent finds out that either you got more money than she has or he has, or you got more property than he or she has, trust me, somebody's going to get in her ear or his ear and be like, he can be giving you so much more. Point blank, period.
So this sounds like a bitter response.
Oh, definitely a better response. The state that I
Okay.
live in is trash when it comes to taking care of the children financially and emotionally. At the end of the day, it's just about the kids. It's not about the other half. Y'all marriage or y'all relationship is resolved. It's gone. I shouldn't have to give you squat.
Well, the thing that you're not factoring is, like I said, if we agreed for this person to be either the primary caregiver, to earn less so that you're earning more, so that they can be more involved with taking care of the children or whatever the case may be, and that's been going on as a part of the relationship, whether you agreed verbally by us having a conversation and we came to those terms, or we just agreed by just living that type of lifestyle. if
So let,
we if
so
we
let me interrupt.
separate, there is no, oh well, you should have made more money. If it was okay for you to be the breadwinner during the relationship, we need to have some type of plan in place so that I can get on my feet to build myself up, so that I can stand on my own, because being in the relationship didn't allow me to do so, because we agreed that it would be best for our household for me to not work those extra hours, or for me to not, step whatever. Usually the primary parent in the household is the one taking a backseat to their career, not taking extra career opportunities for the sake of being home to take care of their children. So
So
therefore, there does need to be some type of compensation to help you get on your
compensation,
feet. I don't think that for the rest of my life that the alimony should be contributed,
compensation.
but definitely it needs to be there to help get on my feet.
There's no
Absolutely. Absolutely.
compensation. There's no compensation for
Absolutely.
being a parent. Let me ask you a
Absolutely.
question. Let me ask you a question, right? The only reason why females want custody of the children because they know that child comes with a check. If the state, I'm
I would
talking,
have to
if
disagree.
I don't disagree, don't
That's not
disagree.
100% the case. That's not
That's
100% the
the
case.
case.
That's not
Let
100%
me,
the
let me
case. There
explain this
are
to you.
female out there that's like that.
If
And
the
at the end of the
child did
day,
not come with the
you
check,
chose that
I
female.
promise
You laid
you,
down with
she
her and
would
you
not
chose that
want the
female.
children. If the child did not come with a check, I promise you there will be a lot more deadbeat moms out there than it would be dads. The child comes with a check, so she wants the child. And she knows that everything that this dude gets, every amount of money that he gets or she gets, basically, this is out to the women. She knows that every raise that he gets at a job, that she's going to get a percentage of that. But if the state,
That's not necessarily true either.
that's
So you would
necessarily
have to
true.
be running your mouth. You would have to be running your mouth for
That's not
her
true.
to have known that you've gotten a raise, for her to have to go back to court
That's
and
not true.
ask for an adjustment.
That's not true. You got some envious ass chicks out here that do not mind
How
filing.
would she know that you're earning
Hold
more?
on,
How would she
hold on.
know?
You got some envious chicks out here, and trust me, I was in that situation. That will
How would
file for
how would
she
she
will
know?
file for an evaluation every 3 to 6 months. She will file for that. And I promise you, you cannot hide a nickel from these people. I promise you that. And
In the
God
same
forbid you
way
pull
how
up with
there
a
are
new
females
vehicle.
out there, the same way how there are females out there who would do that, there are guys out there who would either quit their jobs or get a lesser paying
I
job or
don't
work
blame
less
them.
hours just so
I
that they
don't
don't have
blame
to take
them.
care of their responsibility.
I don't blame them. Because at the end
What?
of the day, I don't blame
This
them.
is your seed. This
I
is your
do not
seed.
blame.
It's not
Then
about the
act
lady.
like
It's
it.
not about the person.
Then
If you don't
act
want to
like
pay
it.
child support, then step up and get joint custody and do it
You
50-50.
even at joint custody, they're still going to award her some kind of monetary
Not if you're
reward.
doing equal.
Yeah,
If you're
it's not
doing equal
Destiny.
and you're
That's not
sharing the
true.
load, you will not be required to pay child
Destiny,
support with
I promise you.
50-50.
Destiny, I promise you. You're not talking from experience. I'm talking from experience.
I am from
I, I
experience.
had I had joint custody of my children too. I had
And you
joint
had them
custody, and I
50% of the
still
time.
yes, I
So
had
then you
my
must not
kids
have
on
been
the
covering
summer.
medical insurance. You must not have been
Yes,
covering certain
I
fees
was.
that didn't make it
Yes,
equally
I was.
equitable. So
Destiny.
then therefore you had to come up off that
I
cash.
promise
Because
you. I
if it was
promise you.
equal,
I promise
if
you.
it
We
was
are living in the
equal,
state of.
you're not required to pay because you're
We are
doing your
living.
part.
That's not true. That's not
It
true.
is.
It is
It
not.
is.
Destiny.
It is.
I
It's
promise you.
absolutely.
It is
As
not.
a matter of
You
fact,
will be
there is
paying.
a
What they're
post that
gonna
had
do,
gone
Destiny?
viral.
What they're gonna
There's
do, Destiny? They're gonna take what you make, right? And they're gonna take what he makes, right? And what they're going to do is they're going to sit and say, well, who has custody of the kids? There is no 50% custody. There is none.
Yes, there is.
There's only 7 days during the week. So that
Right?
means
And
that
guess what they
somebody's going to
do?
have them
You
more.
get 2 weekdays,
That's
she
it
gets
don't
two
work that way.
weekdays, and you rotate every
It
Friday,
don't work
Saturday,
that way.
Sunday. There is
It don't work
absolutely a
that.
50-50.
It
And
don't
you
work that
rotate
way.
it. Every other
The
week you
best
get
way,
Friday, Saturday,
the
Sunday, but you
best
have
way
your two
for,
weekdays. That's exactly how the
the
courts
best
do it, and
way
that's how
for,
they've done it.
the only way that,
I'm a
the only
product
way
of
that
that.
works, the
Me
only
and
way
my
that
siblings
works,
are a product of that.
the only way that works, it only works that way one way. If she and him have an agreement without the state involved.
No, this was a court ordered with me and my brothers. I literally lived it. I was a product of the child that had two households, had to go here, there, this day of the week, that day of the week. Everything was split 50-50. Every other weekend, I was at this parent's house, rotating back and forth. It absolutely was 50-50. And it was
That
in the court order for it to be that way.
I
Somebody
promise
had
you.
Monday, Tuesday, the
So,
other person had
like I said,
Wednesday, Thursday, and then they rotated every other Friday,
like I
Saturday,
said,
Sunday.
like I said, I could promise you, your mom and your dad went down there with a pre-arranged
They did
arrangement.
not. It
They
was they
did.
were not
They did. The state's gonna
actually,
always say they're gonna do what's best for the
actually,
child. They're gonna
the
always say they're gonna do
father
what's best for the
did
child.
that so he wouldn't have to pay child support. He wasn't trying to do 50-50. When he found out if he did 50-50, he wouldn't
That
have to pay. Then it
majority
turned
of the
into
people,
50-50.
majority of the
That was
people
not
that
a
the
prearranged
majority of the
agreement.
people
They
that's
could
gonna
not come
comment
to agreement during
on this,
mediation. This was a judge ordering it.
majority of the people that's gonna comment on this subject, I promise you, are gonna tell you the same thing I'm telling you. I'm not telling you something that I heard.
Right.
I'm
And if
telling you
they're
something that
paying
I
child
lived.
support, it's because they're not doing their 50% share.
That's not
Period.
true. That's not true.
Period.
I'm gonna
There is let
respectfully
me
but
let me
disrespectfully
explain. So
disagree.
there's this case on TikTok of this guy. He's crying about his child's mother, his baby mom.
We talk about
She
Tyreek.
had she had their child for the first 8 months of that child's life. He was not around, he was not existent, right? He was on child support as a result, and he didn't want to pay child support anymore. So he took her to court so that he can get 50-50, right? Now, her claim is that, he's narcissistic, he's very like just detrimental to her health, and if she's going to have 50-50 custody with him, and that means that she'll have to deal with him and keep a co-parent relationship, she'd rather just him take the child 100%, and she'll pay child support. You keep the child. I don't want to deal with you. So you take the child. I'll do my part and pay child support and just be done with it. So it was court ordered that he had sole custody and she pays child support. And guess what? That man don't want that baby. He's upset because she doesn't want to do 50-50 and co-parent with him. And now he's devastated about it. Why? Because he
Because
never
he
intended
has a
on being a
life.
full-time provider, parent. He never intended on it. He just was trying to get out of paying child support or a portion of his responsibilities, and it bit him in the behind. And now you
And
have
that's
your
why
child,
he's
sir.
upset.
Take care of your
He's
kid.
up he's upset now because now he's the one that has to find a child care provider on Friday nights when he want to go out, and she just walking around here nilly-willy. So of
Oh
course
no,
he's
she
gonna be
has other
upset.
children. She just doesn't want to deal with a narcissist.
That makes sense to you?
I would never leave my child. I would never leave my child. If
You know,
anything,
you
if
women kill
anything,
me.
where we would
You
have to
women
have a
kill me.
mediator. I'm not communicating with this person. We would
You're
have
not
a court ordered
communicating.
person that
So
would be the middleman.
you women kill me. And I'm gonna tell you how women kill me. You will sit and say how bad a man was, like as if he didn't show you them red flags before you got pregnant. He showed you
I'm
those
sure
red.
that's the case for a lot of
Hold on.
people.
He showed you those. There was I forgot what her title was, but I know her name was Maya Angelou. And she said, and I quote verbatim, she said, when people show you who they are,
Believe them.
believe them the first time.
Right.
Do not let them
This
prove to you who they are. Let them,
the
they've
same
already
way that
showed you.
women ignore the red flags, the same way that men
Yeah,
ignore the
but
red flags
what
and lay
hap-
down with these same women.
what happens is, right? You mess around with somebody and they send red flags, right? And the other baby mama or the other baby daddy say, this is how that person is. And you will get into a whole fight with that person. You ain't talking
They
about my
do.
man. But
They
then
do.
when it happens to you, then all of a sudden it's like, I should have listened to her. Excuse me, or I should have listened to him. When people show you who they are, listen to them.
The same exact way.
As
The
far as
same exact way
co-parenting,
how
as
these
far as
men get with
co-parenting,
women that already have children by other men, and then they get in line both ways. They get in line to be next, and they see how the relationship between that woman and her previous baby fathers, yet he's gonna take his time and go ahead and plant another seed in her, knowing exactly how it's gonna end up.
And
It's the
that's
same
ignorant.
way.
That's
Regardless, it
ignorant.
doesn't change the fact that if you are married and you get separated and you're the breadwinner, the primary person, you still have a financial obligation to your family, regardless.
If that's how you choose to do it, that's how you choose to do it. But at the end of the day,
I
I
think
don't
it says
believe.
more about you as a person that you wouldn't want to make sure that if you knew that this was an agreement or this is how your household was ran, and this is the mother of your children, and this is somebody who, I'm not talking about somebody that's trying to milk the system. I'm not talking about somebody that's trying to, get the money so she could get bundles or whatever, lace fronts and all that in her hair. I'm talking about somebody that is holding it down, providing and doing what she has to do for the kids. It says more about your character as a person and as a man that you wouldn't want to make sure that she's straight to get on her feet. Because
Oh
when
no.
the kids is
Oh
with
no.
her, you want to make sure that your kids are straight when they're
Oh
with
no.
her. Likewise, that when they're with you, they're straight. Those are your kids at the end of the day. And that is a person that you shared vows with, shared a bed with,
I
shared
get
a
that.
life with.
I get that. But if my kids need something, I got it. The problem
Right.
is
So if she
we
can't
gotta.
afford
I don't need.
housing because she
I don't
has a
need to
lower
continue to
income
take
due to
care of
the
her.
situation that
I
your family setup and dynamics were,
I
that's the
do not
same
need.
thing.
I do not need to continue to take care of her. I do not. No.
Again, it says more
Get
about
on
your
your feet,
character. It
sis.
says more about
Get
your
on your
character.
feet, sis. Get that. That's what. See, this is the problem. I'm telling you, this is the problem. Men get these chicks spoiled. They get them spoiled. Oh, you don't have to work. You don't have to do this. Da da da. Like it's a forever thing. Nah, get on your feet, sis. Get on your
Again,
feet.
like you said, a man will say, "Hey, I got you." And then just because things didn't pan out that way and she dedicated her life and time to being a stay-at-home mom and a stay-at-home wife, now all of a sudden, get on your feet, sis. Yeah, I'm going to get on
Get
my
on your
feet
feet.
and you're
I
going to
know on my
deposit them coins
pockets.
in
Yeah,
my account
of
so that I
course.
can get on my feet. Period.
I'm not getting you. I'm not getting you on your feet.
Let's
You get on
see
your
what the
feet.
judge would
You
have to
decide.
say, because you're going to pay up.
You decide that you ready to bounce out the relationship, right? Now I gotta help you get on your nah, sis. Do your thing.
But by me, wait a minute, because by me staying home, taking care of your kids allowed you to excel in your career. So then if I
Allow me
can't get
to excel.
alimony, then whatever wages you were making when we got together, dumb that check back down then. Let us both start over then. If
Oh,
I gotta start over, then you gotta start over.
you
So if
entitled to
you
that.
was making $8 an hour when we got together, then you back to $8 an hour too, and let's see how that work
Yeah,
out.
sure how that work out for you. So
Right, exactly. It
I
can't be both
gotta
ways.
I gotta keep paying for
You
pussy
can't
that I
say
ain't
that
getting.
this person had dedicated their lives into building this family and building you up so that you can flourish in your
Building
career
who?
while putting her career on hold. And then you think that she has to start from scratch from the slums and you can just keep leveling up from where you are, and you don't think that you should help
Yes.
participate
There is
in building her up?
you
That's crazy to
you
me.
don't put your
That's
career on
crazy.
hold. You
That's
don't put your
crazy.
career on hold just to be a mom. You don't put your career on hold.
What are you
That's what
talking
you
about?
agree
You
to.
just said, baby, don't work. Baby, I got this. You know how
That's
many
them
stay at
dumb
home
niggas.
moms have college degrees? And because it's what's best for the family, they stay home to take care of their children, to raise their children,
So
to help their husband excel and exceed in their
all you
career.
telling men
And
at this point right now is to make sure that your wife, girlfriend slash fiance continue to work so that this way y'all could build together. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the relationship,
that's
I
not the
should not
goal for
have to
every
keep you going
relationship.
up.
That's not the goal for every relationship. Some men and women want the wife to stay home to take care and nurture the kids. They don't want to send their kid to daycare. They don't want somebody
Not
else to
me.
nurture them. Maybe they can't afford to send them to daycare. If the cost of childcare is close to the same amount as your earnings, what is the point in sending them to daycare? So you're going to
I,
work just to pay somebody else? No, when you can teach and love on your own children.
no,
The
you going to
dynamics
work
don't work
to
that way
get
for
this.
everybody.
You going to work to get the social skills so that this way, when this comes to an end, if it comes to an end, you'll still be able to provide for yourself. I'm not doing nothing for
That's
you,
not
sis.
how it works. If
Oh,
you
that's how it
agree
works.
to
We're
these
done.
terms in your
So
marriage, if
so
you agree to these terms in
we're
your, just
done
like you said,
emotionally.
you
but we're not done financially.
Is your wife the breadwinner in your household?
What?
Is your wife the breadwinner in your household?
In this household? No.
Yes. Okay. Does your wife contribute to 50% of the earnings in your household?
No.
Does she do a lot of the primary things regarding the children in your household?
That's her job.
Okay. So it's her job, right? And you're saying she should not be compensated for it.
You compensated because you're at home. You're on a permanent vacation. You're on a vacation.
So you're
when
saying being a
this
stay-at-home
relationship
parent is a
going down,
vacation. You're saying being a stay-at-home parent is a vacation.
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. And but
Y'all read
you've
too
never
much
walked
into
that
that.
mile
Hell
in
yeah.
someone's shoes.
What happened?
You've never walked that mile being in a stay-at-home parent's shoes. You being a weekend and no.
I'm not talking
about a weekend parent the same way these people, they get their kids every Saturday and Sunday and they think they living it up and the best parents. Getting your kids and taking care of them 24/7 for 2 days is not it. That's not it. You get a mental break by going to work. You get to socialize with other adults and in society, get fresh air and do all the things without the mom, dad nagging on you all day, whether you're sick or healthy. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's not even a competition.
Destiny, y'all make no sense when y'all say that goofy shit. Because at the end of the day, just listen. At the end of the day, you put your kids in a school facility, a school institution, right? Where that child is in there until 3 o'clock.
Not everybody.
God forbid if they're in the after school program, because now they're getting home at 4:30, 5 o'clock, right? All you got to do is household chores. You get to sit and watch Love and Marriage, Huntsville, and all this Love and Hip Hop and all of this, and you get to take a nap whenever you want. Whenever you want. Between loads, you get to take a nap. You get to take a nap if you don't want to do your dishes. You get to take a nap. I drive a city bus for a living. Do you think I could pull up at Atlantic Square and say, I'm taking a nap? Absolutely not.
Like I said, not everybody is sending their kids off to school.
To what I do?
Not everybody is sending their kids off to school. A lot of people are home with their children all day, every day.
That's what you choose. If you say I'm going to homeschool,
that's what who chooses. That's what who chooses.
What you choose. You choose.
That's what who chooses.
Not you. But if a woman decides that she's going to stay home and homeschool, that's on her.
If the woman decides, or if they come to an agreement within their household.
Either which way, that's your choice. You can't hold me accountable for that.
You're saying that it's a woman's job to take care of that. So then, like I said, if this relationship should dissolve, then that woman needs to be compensated while she's getting on her feet and get reestablished.
Compensated? Period. How do you get compensated for being a parent? What is our compensation? What is our compensation?
What are you talking about? What is your compensation? You come home, you got a clean house, bills is paid. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Oh, y'all clean the house like that. Y'all stick and span.
You don't have a house manager. You don't have a house manager. Somebody doing the grocery shopping. When you're hungry, you get to open that fridge and it's stocked with stuff, right? When you're hungry, dinner is made, right? Laundry is clean, right? Just listen to all of the different roles. You got a chef. You got a maid. You got a house manager.
Laundry.
You got a personal shopper.
How much time? Personal shopper.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Just a quick question. So if that's the case, so it's okay for when a man decides to come home and he shouldn't have to do shit. He should say,
true. Do you drive that bus 24/7 or do you clock out at a certain point?
Are you kidding me?
Do you drive the bus 24/7 or do you clock out at a certain point?
You saying you taking care of the children as long as you home.
Right, and you said you're going to be a bus driver. So do you clock out or do you work 24/7?
24/7 bus driver.
Yeah, okay. So then so you're on the bus doing your podcast right now. That's what you're saying.
Ding.
No, okay. So I thought.
Atlantic
So I
Square.
thought. So I thought. Because
That's the
guess what?
choice you
Guess
chose to
what?
be a stay-at-home mom.
When we're sick, there is no pay time off. There is no, hey, mommy's down for the day. You're sick and still taking care of your kid. You're sick, still getting
Just
shit done. Period.
that's
There is
just
no
listen.
downtime.
So how fair is it for us to go to work? Just listen, please. So now your argument is that as soon as I get home, that's when you off.
That's not what I said.
It's pretty much what you said.
That's not what
It's
I
pretty much
said.
what you said.
We didn't even cover that. But what I am going to
So
say
when he
is
get home,
at some point, there does need to be a relief for a break. At some point. When you get
when the
home, you can come in, you can
fuck
wind down, go
is
ahead,
my
take your
break?
shower, have your dinner. Then after that, it's daddy and you time with your children. And then let me go have my me time and have a
You?
break.
When is my break? Because I just got finished putting in an 8.5 hour
Just
shift.
said you got home, take your shower, wind down, eat your dinner. All of that is relaxation
So
time.
that's my break. That's my break.
Yes.
The shit you've been doing all day. That's my break.
What? Keeping
You
the
been
house
getting
all
lunch
day?
and
Yes.
shit all day.
Running
So
around, keeping the house all day? Yes.
so
Running
the minute I'm
errands,
done,
getting stuff going to
the minute
PTO
I'm
meetings, doing
the
stuff
minute I'm
for
done
the
eating, I
children's
become a personal
field
jungle
trips.
gym. The minute
What
I'm done
happened?
eating, I become a personal jungle gym.
Well, if that's your choice, you don't have to have them climbing on you. But if you want to be a jungle
So
gym,
now,
by all
so now
means,
you on break.
knock yourself out.
So you on break now.
Yes.
So now,
Yes. I deserve to have an hour or two. Yes. Don't you get a lunch break? Don't you get your 15? Don't you get to take a bathroom
that's not
break
a fair
and use
question
the
to ask
bathroom
that.
in
So
peace? Don't you get to do all that?
no,
But I
that's
can't
not
have
a
a
fair
break. Don't you
question.
sit on your commute home? You're sitting in your own thoughts, right? You get to listen to music if you want. You get to make a phone call if you want. Talk in peace if you want.
I'm gonna
Look at
give
the
you a heads up.
nature if you want.
I'm
When
gonna
do
give you a
I
heads
get
up.
that 5 minutes of fame?
I'm gonna give you a heads up. Most men take the long way home.
Okay.
Most
And
men
that's your
take the
break.
long way home.
Exactly.
That's my
All
break.
you're helping me out.
No, I'm creating my
Why you
own
do
break.
that is because you need, as a human, you need that mental break. The same way how when you get home, not the second you walk through the door, but go ahead, you get your wind down, relax, take your shower, eat your dinner, put your feet up for a second, then you go ahead and you take your kids, and now I'm gonna take my long drive and I'm gonna do whatever it is that I feel like is gonna make me happy for my little hour or so of my break. Period.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is the God's honest truth. I'm gonna look you dead in this camera and I'm gonna tell you, I would trade places with you guys in a heartbeat. I would trade
the places.
I
Because
would trade
for me,
places. If my
I
wife
will
could
go
go
back
out
to
there,
work, bro.
if my wife could go out there and bring the money that I'm bringing in, I would trade places in a heartbeat.
And here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. There's a difference between actively raising and building your kids and just getting them through the day. So what I mean is you're not just getting them up, getting them fed, sending them off to school, making sure they got their clean clothes and bringing them home, getting them fed, putting them in a bed. You're like instilling value and building up your kid. So you're taking them to libraries. You're making sure you're going to museums and aquariums and doing extracurricular activities, STEM programs and different things that's going to nurture them. You're not sitting there letting them have a tablet and watch TV all day. You're asking them questions about their day. You're getting to know who they are as a person, learning their personalities, learning about how you're going to build up everything for them. How do you protect them from all of the different things going on in the world? When you're a mentally active parent and worried about all aspects of your child as a whole and not just getting them to survive and get out the house and back in, that's a whole different league. You done went from street ball to the pros. It's a total different ball game. It's a total different league.
I stand 10 toes down on my decision. I would
On your decision, what?
I would trade with you guys in a heartbeat.
That's fine.
I would trade
But just know,
any man that I know would trade. I will
especially
trade
knowing the
with
type
you
of
guys
person
in a
that you are
heartbeat.
and with your lack of patience, you're not going to be
Whoa,
deep involved
whoa. What's
parent
with the personal
that
attacks?
is needed with these
What's with
kids
the
today.
personal attacks? I don't have a lack of patience. I do not. I have a lack of patience for bullshit. for shit that you should know better on. Yeah, it's not a lack of patience. That's just me correcting you on your goofy, not you, but on the
Listen
goofy
here.
shit.
So then everything on this planet is BS then, because you're patient. If you're saying it's just BS, everything on this planet is BS then.
Bullshit, folly.
Everything.
I don't
Everything.
entertain bull. I don't entertain. I'm not gonna let you keep making the same mistakes and apologizing for the same shit. I'm not. That's not a lack of patience. That's just saying, yo, do better. But I stand 10 toes down when I tell you I would trade with you guys in a heartbeat. I
If
promise
you
you.
would do
When
it
you
the
come
way that
home,
we do it, you
when
wouldn't
you
want to
come,
trade places.
abs-
You wouldn't want to trade places.
I probably would do it better. I probably would do it better. I
You know,
10 toes on.
I really wish Meek
10 toes.
would hold you to it. I really wish I would work 10 jobs just so that you could feel what it feel like to actually be that
You won't
type of
have to.
parent.
You won't have to.
I
All
would
you gotta do is
if
work
I
enough
had
for us
to
to live.
just so you could feel what it feel like to be that type of parent, I would work
Oh
10
man.
jobs just so you could
Man,
learn.
y'all put too much emphasis on that. I promise you. Y'all, I've done it.
So
Y'all put too much
you
emphasis
think
on it.
people, because there are stay at home dads and the moms, they're the wives or whatever are out there, they're the breadwinner and they stay home and they take care of it. And this is not just saying stay at home moms. This is stay at home parent, period. And like I said, the parents that are actually thorough, real, like getting in there and dedicated to the development of their child. I'm
What are
talking
you
about
doing?
those parents.
You
You
sending
think
your
that
kid to school.
everybody is complaining about the challenges mentally, because it's more mental than anything.
I
Mentally,
would
because
I
it's
would
light
never.
work.
I
Okay.
would never. That's
Okay.
easy work. My boy Floyd Mayweather said it the best. That's easy work. That's easy work. That comes too easy.
I
That's
know
easy
you did
work.
not compare somebody that's illiterate,
No,
can
no,
barely
no, no,
read,
no, 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 no,
saying,
no, no. We're
"Oh,
not
that is
name
light
calling.
work."
We're not judging. We're not
I'm
judging.
not judging them. I'm not. But you can't say
That's
that that's
easy
somebody
work.
that's
That man
enriching in their children.
that man got a slogan that he says, man, that's easy work. I'm just
No.
using the slogan that he's saying. That's easy work. Raising
Okay.
children, this is the problem. Raising children is not hard. I did it. I did
Okay.
it. It
Yeah,
ain't
and you
hard.
didn't do it in the way that I'm describing.
I
You
did.
did it
I
where
did.
you get
I
them up,
mentally
you make
challenged
sure
my
they're clean,
children.
you make sure they're fed,
Destiny.
send them
Let me
off to that
explain this to you.
school, get them back, make sure they're fed, make sure they're clean, and in the bed. That's not parenting.
That is parenting.
That's not parenting. That is absolutely not
So
parenting.
because I
That's
ain't bringing them to the
babysitting.
live
That
yet,
is not raising. You're not raising
so
anything, and that's
hold
why.
on.
This is the thing. A lot of people think that that's what parenting is, right? And that's why these kids is out here wilding out because they ain't got nobody raising them. That's not parenting.
Yes. Let me explain this to
That's
you.
not parenting.
Let me explain this to you. I
That's
want you to
surviving.
I want you to understand that I have one of the smartest kids in my household, and
Okay,
his
that's
name is
great.
I want you to understand this. All right? That I'm his parent.
Okay,
I'm his parent. His mom is his parent.
right.
You know what I'm saying? We know exactly what it takes to get these kids to where they need to be. And
So
it's
you're
not.
saying that you've been studying with him and doing all of this and that to help with his development,
Yes.
or is
Yes.
it your wife?
You want her to answer that, or you want me to answer that? Because I could bring her up on there
So
and tell you.
I'm not talking just going over homework and preparing for a test. I'm talking day to day with this child.
Day to day, her and I both
That's
co-parent with
cap.
this child. That's not
No,
cap.
I believe
That's
Meek for
not cap.
sure. That's cap. You capping. You
I hear
capping.
you.
You
I'm not
capping.
capping. I'm
You
bald headed. I
capping.
have no reason for a cap. I'm not
Listen,
capping.
well,
I
that's the
promise
exact
you.
reason why you need one to keep you cool, keep you
I
warm.
promise you. I promise you. After kids from school, after his 6 hour requirements that he owed from the school, he owes me 2 hours. You understand what I'm saying?
And so for 2
I
hours, you are with him side by side going over curriculum.
For 2 hours, I've given him some work for him to do. Of course.
No, but are you with him going over curriculum? Or do you give him something or tell him something, go do this for 2 hours, do that for 2 hours? Are you with him going over.
Yes. Let me tell you this right now, and I mean this
If
from the
you say
bottom.
anything, there is no
I'm
way.
about
You
to tell
just
you.
said,
Why don't
I'm
you
not
just,
coming
if you
home after
keep
work,
quiet,
sitting and doing
if you
this and doing that. And now
if
you
you
telling
keep
me for
quiet,
2 hours,
if
Monday
you
through
keep quiet,
Friday,
I will
you
tell you
sitting with your
exactly.
teenager
If
at
you
the
keep quiet,
table
I
going
will
over
tell
work.
you. If you keep quiet, I will tell you. And I don't expect you to admit this. I don't expect a lot of parents to admit this. But some of this work that these kids are bringing home, we don't understand. We just got to
That's
make sure
fine.
that I make sure my wife and I make sure that he has the proper tools to further his education when he gets home. So neither one of us is going over schoolwork with him. But what we are doing is going to this lovely place and right by the carousel where they got
The
a
educational
educational
place.
book
It's an education store. I
educational
know that store
bookstore.
because I'm in there all the
And we
time.
are providing him with the books that he needs to go a little further than the class that he's in. Now, if he gets to a point on a question that stumps him, it's gonna stump me too. And I'm pretty sure I can't speak for his mother, but I can. It's gonna stump her too. Then that's what we got Google for. But at the end of the day, it's not hard being a parent. It is not.
Okay.
This thing called co-parenting, y'all make it way more difficult than what it needs to be. Y'all want
Co-parenting
to
should
get
be the easy part. You get a break.
y'all want to get these people involved for the financial aspect of the whole thing, right? Most women want to get the people involved for the financial aspect. But let me explain this to you. It don't take much to raise a child. You know what I'm saying? The women are the nurturers in the house. The men sometimes or majority of the time are the disciplinarians. You know what I'm saying? You do things together. You know this for a fact as far as with me and my family. We do things all the time together. All the
That I will
time.
say, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So co-parenting ain't hard. Being a parent ain't hard. So you should
You
not be compensated for something. You should not be compensated for something that should come natural to you anyway.
So then if driving a bus comes natural to you, you shouldn't be compensated. You done been doing
Driving
it
a
for so
bus does
long, it
not
come
come
natural, so
natural
you
to me.
shouldn't be compensated.
Driving a bus does not come natural to me. I had to train for that. It did not come natural to me.
And the same way with parenting. People have to learn and adapt and adjust to being a parent. And
Destiny.
so then,
So your
and with
first child,
following your theory,
was not trial and error.
you
Your
said what?
first child, your first child was not trial and error.
This is exactly what I'm saying. So
You
it
have
doesn't
to
come
be
natural. You have to learn. There is
Sean,
no
I'm gonna
book.
insult your wife a couple times. Please don't want to fight me because I can't fight. But you're
This
helping me.
is. Oh,
You're helping me.
I fights. I fights.
Oh, I'm not a fighter. I can't fight. I don't do that. Absolutely not.
This is exactly what I'm saying. It's not something that you're born knowing all the answers on how to do. You have to learn. It's not something that just automatically is natural. Now, having a maternal instinct or paternal instinct can be something that comes natural, but that doesn't mean the same thing as parenting comes natural. At the end of the day, you started out saying that co-parenting was difficult because you've been through it. You went through the child support. You went through all that. But now you're
No,
saying
I did not
co-parenting is
say
not hard.
co-parent was difficult. I did not say co-parenting was difficult. I did not. I did not.
So then,
Co-parenting is
if
easy
it's not
when you have
difficult,
two people that want to
then why did you have
co-parent
a
and
challenge
not one,
co-parenting, like you
because
stated
you
when we
got
started the
one
video?
person, that's saying we can still do this without being together, right? Then you got the other person that's saying, well, no, I got to get compensated because this got to get paid, that got to get paid, and this got to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Where's the compensation in that? If your child, is staying with the mother, right? All she should be concerned about is feeding that child and clothing that child. That's
That's
all she.
all.
That's it. I should
That's
not
not
have to
true.
be
First of all,
paying. I should
let me
not have
tell
to
you
be paying
something.
your mortgage or
What
your
you
rent.
know what people do when they separate and they don't have that child at least 50% of the time, you know what they do? They go and get a 1 bedroom or a studio, get something small because it's just them, and they only got their kids on the weekend. They can sleep on the couch or blow a bed or make a pallet on the floor or whatever.
That's fuck
But
niggas. That's
the
fuck
mom,
niggas.
God forbid, the kids don't have their own room to be in. She can't get a 1-bedroom or studio apartment without being looked down on, whatever, by the
So now
father,
you worry about
society, and
what people
everybody
say
else.
about you.
That extra rent, those extra utilities, the extra groceries, the extra all the stuff that comes with that should be split 50-50. Not the whole rent, but the difference in me
This
having
is
a
why
1-bedroom if I was single versus however many bedrooms I ended up with because of our children, whatever that difference is. Let's say that difference is $300. We need to go 50-50 on that because these is your kids too. These is your kids too.
on your rent,
Absolutely.
you bugging.
Absolutely.
You bugging.
Absolutely.
You bugging. Because
These is your kids too.
You know what they're gonna do? I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do. They're gonna go get the most lavish house, lavish apartment. Now you're bugging.
No, a judge can use fair market rent.
Live where I
He can
live.
use fair market rent.
Live where I live, and then we'll talk. Live where I live.
He could
Live
choose fair
within your
market rent. Why
means.
would you want your the mother of your children and your child to live in the hood just for the sake of saying so that way it don't have to cost me that much? Why would you want them in harm's way? A female with children, the most vulnerable groups together by themselves in the hood, just so that your pockets stay heavier.
You're not gonna be single long. What you're gonna do is go get the next nigga. Y'all gonna be shacking, eating steak and shrimp off my child support. Guaranteed.
Okay, so that brings us to our next topic. So step parenting. So you're gonna allow that guy to discipline your child and raise your child.
Are you bugging? Are you retarded?
You just said then the next dude will come and step in, right?
Destiny. Let me explain this to you.
Is that not what you just said?
If I am not an active parent in my child's life, then yeah, step parents shouldn't be whooping nobody's ass. Are you kidding me?
That's not the only form of discipline. That's not the only form of discipline.
What? Give me an example. So this way I can make sure that we're talking on the same level. Give me an example.
An example of what discipline could be?
If I ever date a woman that have children, I will never discipline her children.
If I am in charge of anybody's children, the same way how when I was running the school, if your children are under my care, they will be disciplined. And I'm not talking about physical discipline. If I have to reprimand you because you're flipping off the chairs,
what's your idea of reprimanding?
But that's a form of discipline. If I have to tell you, hey, let's take a seat and take a time out or time in rather and have a breather and let's figure out why you acting out. That's all a form of discipline. There's positive disciplinary. You don't have to be physical beating on the kid. But at the end of the day, there's people that don't want somebody saying anything to their child.
No, I'm talking strictly physical. If you need to put my child in a corner, cool. I got you on that. I understand that. My child is with you sometimes, so I got that. If my child done got disrespectful, I got that. But don't put your hands on my child. That's my job, and that's his mother's job or her mother's job. And if it's that bad, then you need to get in touch with me immediately. Immediately. And I promise you, I'm never going to authorize no nigga to put their hand on my kid. I promise you that. Go have a kid on your own.
I don't think anybody should be hitting on anybody's kids.
Oh, no, I'm going to hit my kids. Believe that. I'm whooping that ass. Believe that. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Please don't edit that out. I'm whooping somebody. I'm whooping somebody. Ain't no way in hell.
But then you just said you're not a fighter, but then you gonna go and fight your kids?
I could beat my kids. I know my kids can't beat me. I'm whooping somebody. Believe that.
That's wild, bro.
You call it what you want. That's somebody getting whooped.
That's abuse. You're saying because abuse. I'm bigger and you can't beat me, I'm gonna beat you.
I'm saying I done told you the first time is a warning. The first time is a verbal consultation. That's the first time. The second time, I'm gonna shake you.
So all right, what you gonna do if he beats your child anyway? You don't fight. What you gonna do?
What you mean? Come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing.
What you gonna do? What if he said, "Listen, I followed yours. I gave a consultation the first time. Second time, I gave bro Cheston. What
Yo,
you gonna do?"
I'm not even gonna answer that, man, because we're not promoting violence on here. You already know what I'm gonna do. Stop playing with me. Find something to play
What
with,
you gonna
Destiny.
do, bro?
Yo,
He
Sean, man, let your
consulted
wife
with your
find something to play
child the
with,
first
bro.
time. Second time, ribs got cracked. What are you gonna do?
What? Come on, man. Come on. I ain't even gonna say nothing because if it ever happens, I want them to be able to pull this podcast up and be like, "Yo, he said he was gonna do it." You already know my lifestyle. You already know what it's about. We ain't gonna talk about that. We're gonna move
Listen,
on. We're
so
gonna move on. I'm gonna pray for him. We going to Reverend Jonathan Campbell at Friendship Baptist, and we're gonna pray together.
so this
What you gonna do?
person, what am I gonna do?
What you going? Matter of fact, what you think Sean will do if some
Why
Negro?
would I drag him in this?
Because I mean, shit, this nigga the nigga. I want to know
So what
what
I think
Sean
he would
gonna
do
do. I
if
already
what? If
know.
somebody
I already know.
physically
First
discipline
of all,
his
he's from
children?
Brooklyn and he had chopped cheese, and he starts every conversation off with "say less." So I already know. I already know what he gonna do. But you know, we're not gonna talk about that because we don't promote violence on matters of opinion. Everything gets spoken out and prayed for. Hallelujah.
I wouldn't allow that to happen. So by the time he would get the call that something happened, it's already handled.
First of all, ain't nobody other than my wife and myself and maybe a grandparent supposed to be whooping nobody's ass. Aunties and uncles don't even get that privilege. You understand what I'm saying? So if they don't get that privilege, you know, I ain't let no nigga that's riding my ex chest whoop her. You bugging. You bugging. You
So,
bugging.
but he can make if they all live in a household together, right? Yo, I swear to God, I can't stand you, yo. They all live in a house together, right? Let's say he official, he a real stepdad, like they married, like this is legally the step parent, right?
Here we go.
He can make decisions on behalf of your child and what's going to happen when that child is within their household. Hey, when little Johnny with us, he ain't doing that. That's cool with you?
He ain't like what? Give me an example. I got an answer for all examples. Give me an example.
For all examples. All
Give
right,
me an example.
let's say he like, nah, we ain't doing them sports. He ain't playing soccer. I don't like soccer. When he over here, he ain't doing soccer.
Yeah, all right. We already know we already know that that's a dub. We know that's not gonna fly with me. That's
So
not
what
gonna
you
fly
gonna
with me.
do?
What you mean? He going my son or daughter gonna do whatever sports his mother and I agree on.
So
Step parent.
what if she say, hey, listen, my husband said he don't want it happening. I'm gonna stand by my husband and it ain't gonna happen. We don't when he with us, it ain't happening.
Yeah, all right. Come on, Dad, stop playing with me. Stop playing me. Find something to play with, man. You already know I ain't going for that. You already know I ain't going for that.
So, all right. Now
Only good example that they could give me for that child not doing a sport or something would because they would be responsible for getting them to and from that activity. But other than that, I ain't going for that.
for me, that's not an excuse. If we are part of the household and it's a team effort and you just saying for
Household?
no reason you just don't feel like doing it because you don't feel like doing it, then it ain't gonna be no relationship. That's not how that works. We a pack. This is a family. We a family. That's your child now too,
Man, listen, that's your child to a degree. You
to a
understand what I'm
degree.
saying? To a
So
degree.
So the step parent can love on your child, buy gifts, treat your child in a positive way, as you say, as their own. But if they
That
say,
come
hey, you don't disrespect me, don't talk back if I tell you to go to your room and leave your phone here because you were disrespectful, whatever the case may be, you're
if
not
he
okay
want
with
to take
that.
if he want to take an electronic from a child, he don't have to discuss that with me. He really don't. If he wants to take an electronic from a child. If he say, nah, TV time or whatever is gone, then that's what it is. I got to respect his decision as a step parent. But as far as putting your hands on them,
No, no,
absolutely
no.
not.
I'm not talking. You keep bringing back.
Absolutely
Ain't
not.
nobody trying to beat the kids but
The only
you.
only person gonna be putting hands on people is me. That's it.
All right, that's already
And
established.
as far as loving the child and doing all of that, that comes along with the ass. You riding that woman's chest for a reason. That come along with that. What is you talking about? What are you talking about? Because
Right,
if
but
that's the case, you could have just smashed the dad.
so the step parent can go to the parent teacher conference, report card conference, and all that, and have some say so in terms of a plan of action for the
If I'm
child
not,
and the direction that they're going to go
no,
in.
no,
What do you mean no?
that's overstepping your boundaries.
How is it
No.
overstepping?
What you mean? If
How is
I'm
it
not
overstepping?
available, if I'm not available, his mom should go or her mom should go. You understand what I'm saying? He don't got
Okay,
no
so
plan of
action,
action unless I'm not
so
in
this
act.
person can
If
spend their money, give their
yeah,
love, but can't
that
be a
comes with
part of the whole entire progress process.
that come with the ass. That's what that comes with. That come with the ass. Pussy ain't free.
So
That
you're
come with the ass.
saying don't love my child. You can love their mom, and then as a benefit, you get some of the trickling effects of that. But don't love my child genuinely, because somebody that loves your child genuinely is not about riding the chest.
If somebody loves your child genuinely, at the end of the day, they're not even trying to do all of that with a reward of I'm being able to discipline. You understand what I'm
I didn't
saying?
say anything
Love
about
my
discipline. I
child.
said if they're going to the parent teacher conference with you guys as a group, as they should,
Who? Who
and
coming?
let's say
Hold
they're
on,
like,
hold on,
okay,
hold on.
we need to come up with a game plan because
He
homework is
coming.
being missed or whatever, right? Let me
Hold
finish.
on. Slow down. Slow down.
Wait.
He coming to
Wait.
the parent teaching conference with me? He coming to the parent?
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Why
No.
would they not?
First of all, I don't need the teachers in them to know that this woman is a hoe, that she got another man in the house. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying? When I get in front of these folks, I need them to think that we are co-parenting together. I don't need a sideline coach. I don't need that. Absolutely not.
they already gonna
No.
know because this person
She'll
is bringing
discuss
your
that.
kid to sports. This person
She'll
is
just she'll
what?
discuss that when they get home. But no, he's not coming nowhere with me. Sitting
Again,
down,
so
plan of
you want
action.
all the benefits of the step parenting.
Yes. Yes.
So you're a
Yeah.
user.
Call me what you want. Call me.
What's
I
your
didn't ask you
sign?
to. Oh, I'm a Virgo. That's the best sign on the planet. But at the end of the day, that's not
I
using
didn't
nobody
realize.
because you
I
don't
gotta
have.
look
I
it up
didn't
and see if
ask you.
selfish is one of the traits.
I did not ask you to spend your money. That's what you chose to do. You chose to do that. I didn't ask you to spend it. Out of love, you said I love this boy enough,
But
or I
you
love this girl
accepted
enough.
it. You accepted it. You could have been like,
I
nah, you the
accept
step
Christmas
parent.
gifts from people
Don't
all
you
the
could have
time that
said
I don't know.
you the step parent. I got my kid. You don't need to worry about buying nothing for my kid.
You go.
I'll handle that. Don't do
Okay.
that. Don't help pay for their college tuition. Don't help
No,
build
you
them up
don't have to.
financially.
Yep.
Don't teach them how to
Yep.
invest and get businesses and properties, real estate. Don't
That's what you
don't.
chose to
It's
do.
either
You
all or
chose to do
nothing.
that. You chose to do that. You chose to, well, let me
Right.
be
And
a
I
part.
chose to show up to the parent teacher conference so we can
You
help
ain't
Johnny
showing
get
up,
on
not
track
with me there.
and
Not
get
with
stuff
me there.
together. So what you gonna do? Flip papers and paper clips in here?
I'll be on my K Michelle. I'll be shaking the table. You ain't coming up in there with me. That's overstepping your
Absolutely.
boundary.
So y'all walk in the room and y'all bump shoulders. Now what?
if what?
Y'all walk in the
Who?
room and y'all brush shoulders together, walking in at the same time.
Come on, man, stop playing with me. That
You
Listen,
gonna
why?
sit down and have a respectable parent teacher conference. That's what you gonna do.
Destiny, you live too close to a park to be playing with me. You know better. You know well and doubt I'm not going for that. You already know that.
Listen, I think
Whatever
it's
she
selfish.
discussed,
I think it's
whatever she
selfish.
discussed, whatever she discussed with him when
While
she
they're
get
at the
home,
meeting together
oh, that's your plan of action at the house. You discuss that with her,
at
but
the
you ain't
school
sitting there.
with the
You ain't
teacher and the
sitting there.
principal.
You ain't sitting there with no opinion at the school. You ain't doing that
Yeah,
unless I'm not a active parent. If I'm not an active parent, then yeah, I
No,
expect you
no.
to
The
sit
more
there.
people
But
that
if I'm
love your child genuinely, the
nah,
better. And as a
nah,
matter of fact, As a matter
That
of
sounds like
fact,
some
if you
Oprah and
have a
Gail
new
shit.
wife, the stepmom, she should be there too. It's all four of us. He got four
Absolutely not.
parents in the building that
Absolutely
love and
not.
care about him, that want him to succeed.
Absolutely not. My wife has never attended a PTA meeting for either one of my children. That's not hers. Never. Never. It's not her business, not her place.
It is her business though, because then you're
It's
gonna
not.
want her to help. Let's say they give extra assignments. You're gonna want her to help see that through. If she's the one that's watching them while you're at work, you're gonna want to make sure that she is making sure that that work is completed, so it gets turned in, so that way he stays on his plan of action and whatever the terms were at that conference. Therefore, she needs to be a part of it. Period.
My wife did not need to be at a PTA meeting to love and nurture my children, and damn sure didn't have to get
So
my
what if she
permission.
said? What if she said FTK? How are you gonna feel about
Fuck those
that?
kids.
Yep.
Listen, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with
You
that.
okay? You're okay with being married with somebody who is saying they don't want nothing to do with your kids. FTK.
If you got a parent like me, right, and a parent like me that's saying you don't have to do nothing for my kid, I got it, right? Then yeah, you entitled to say, "All right, well, fuck it, well, fuck it."
Ain't no way.
What
Ain't
you
no
mean? Ain't no
way.
way.
Ain't no
What you
way. Ain't
mean?
no way I'm laid up with somebody that's feeling that way about my kid. Nah.
I didn't say she
Nah.
had to hate them. She don't have to hate the
I didn't say
children.
hate them,
But if
but
I'm
you
a
got it.
parent,
Got to be a lot more than that.
how many
You in the
how
same
many women
household. At the
how
end of
many
the day,
women
if there's a fire that break out, you gonna be like, man, FTK, fuck them kids. I'm getting up out of here. He should have been here to get his bald ass head daughter and pissy
oh, that's my
son
point.
and save them from the burning building, and you gonna be okay with that.
Man, you taking it to the extreme. What
You
I'm trying to
can't.
tell
No,
you,
that's how it is. If
your other
you
half is entitled to love that child unconditionally. They're
you
entitled to
can't
do
say
that.
unconditionally and then put
It's
conditions on it. You're
unconditionally.
putting conditions
But
on it.
I am not. All I'm telling you is you're not being at a PTA meeting. That's not your
Conditional.
place. That's not a condition. You're not
The
being
only thing
at a
that
PTA
should be in
meeting.
place is
You're
no physical.
not
That's it.
physical.
You
You're
can't
not
physically
physically
discipline.
beating the child. You're not doing that. But whatever you get a child out of your pocket comes from your heart. There should be no attachments to that. I'm doing that because I'm able to discipline. No,
That's
do it
not
because
what
you
I
love my child.
said. That's not what I said.
Yes, do it because you love my child.
Right? And out of the
If you
love,
got to bring
because
it
I
up,
love your child and I don't want your child going down the wrong path. And I'm also with your child a lot of the time. I'm coming to the PTA to share my perspective on how we can help
nah,
your child grow.
nah. I'm gonna tell
Yes,
you
I'm
what you
coming
do.
to that PTA meeting.
You're not. You're not.
I
I'm gonna
am.
tell you
I'm
what.
already on the
Okay,
documentation. I'm coming to
what you can
the
do
PTA
is
meeting.
what you can do
If
is
I'm married to somebody and they feel that way, like I can't be a part, like I can't love their child
what you
through
can
and
do
through.
is
And I'm not talking about with physical punishment. I'm talking about every other aspect. If I cannot love your child as if it's my own, dedicate enough of my emotions and feelings and want the best well-being for that child, then we don't need to be together.
let me give you a better alternative to that than for you being at the meeting. Let me give you a better alternative.
I'm not
So
taking notes. No, I'm not being a note taker.
I would hope not because I don't want you and Sean to have, co-parent and this person showing up to the meeting. I don't want that. I want y'all to be together forever. But I'm gonna give you an alternative. This is for the people. This is an alternative to the step parent coming to the meeting. The alternative is while I'm talking to his mother or her parent, the other parent, I'm gonna say, "Hey, listen, while you at the meeting, bring this up real quick and see what the people suggest. See what the people think about that." That's an alternative. I will never have. I would
Mm-mm.
never. I would never. I would never. If Tamika met somebody,
He going to the PTA.
he ain't going to no meeting.
He
He
going to
ain't
the
going to
damn
the meeting.
PTA.
He ain't
He gonna
going
be
to
at
the
the
meeting.
graduation. He gonna be at the
Who?
PTA. He gonna be
Oh,
at
well,
the
the
games.
graduation is different. The graduation is different.
He gonna be at the games.
He could be
He's
at the
gonna be
game.
at
He could be at the
suspension
game.
meetings if need be.
What suspension
ISS
meeting?
meetings
What
if
suspension
need
meeting?
be.
That the child
All
need
of
to be
them.
suspended from school?
All of
No.
them.
He ain't coming to those meetings. No.
Yes, he is.
No,
Bring him to the meetings,
when
Bring him to the meetings. Bring
she
him
get
out, bring
home,
him out.
when she get home, right? Then she can sit and tell him, she can sit and say, well, this is what we discussed at the meeting. That's a step parent's job. Be there
No.
for her. And she done lost your mind, Des. But you
Mm-mm.
already know, for the record, you already know I don't play them games. Those are child games. I don't play them games.
If I'm all in it and my heart is in it and I love that kid like it's my own, you're not gonna tell me that I can't be a part of that child's life. Or we
You're a
don't need to
part
be
of his
together.
life.
We don't
You're
need to be
part of his
together.
life at home. But if I'm an
No,
active,
you're not
if
gonna
I'm
put
an active,
limitations on it.
if I'm
No,
an
no.
active parent,
Because if that child is sick, you're gonna want me to go to the school to pick them up if you can't and she can't.
you know who you think like? I just figured it out.
Who? Enlighten me.
Yandy from Love and Hip Hop
Okay.
New York.
Okay. She
Always
seems
in
like
there.
a great stepmom to me. She loved those kids. Okay.
Because I don't even want to
And
get
they
into
love
that.
her back. And they love her back.
Because she does the most for them. But I don't even want to get
As
into
she
that.
should. Those are her bonus kids.
Bonus kid. Man, this ain't a game of Mario Brothers. You get no bonuses. What you
Those
talking
are
about?
her bonus kids. Step parents is never going to replace the actual parents. I think people just be sensitive about it and feeling a type of way if
No,
that
because
step
the
parent
step parent
maybe is
always
stepping up in a better
overstepping
way
their
than they have,
boundaries.
or in areas that the parent may be lacking, the step parent may be better in that particular
If
area, and
I'm
they let their
lacking,
insecurities get the best
if
of
I'm
them. But
lacking,
they should not let their child miss out on blessings because they aren't mature enough to get past those insecurities. Period.
if I'm lacking on something, tell that person who chest you riding that, yo, man, this is what I think. You know what I mean? But that's it. It's just your opinion. But at the end of the day, if I'm an active parent, I'm active. All right, so let me ask you a question. And I want your honest answer. Is it going to be honest?
It's going to be honest.
Okay. Sean's dating another female,
Right?
right? And Dakota says, I want to go to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the other female, and you say, yeah, she could go to the movie. But then the other parents say, nah, she ain't been doing what she's supposed to be doing. She ain't going nowhere. What's your reaction?
We would have to have a conversation on what exactly transpired, because if she was already given an answer, then to turn around and turn it no, what behavior, what happened to have
Destiny,
caused that?
let me tell you
And we
this
need to
real quick.
discuss it like adults. We need to discuss it like adults behind closed doors, not in front of the kid. We don't need to be arguing with them. We need to always show them that we're all a union. We're all one and all on the same page, so that you're not trying to get over on this person or this parent or whatever. They're going to see we a unified front, and that's going to help strengthen them and show them that you can have healthy relationships just because things don't work out. You can still have a healthy relationship. It don't have to be all bad.
Can you put your hands up to the screen, please? Because I would like to formally introduce myself. Hi, my name is Maurice Spearman. It is a pleasure to meet you.
As a matter of
Because
fact,
and when Destiny comes back, tell her I said give me a call. Because this whole episode, why I gotta get the middle finger? Because
two of them.
your last name, I'm not even gonna say your
Don't
last name.
right.
I will not. I will not. But your last name, and people that know you know that it ain't going down like that.
No, that's not true, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Chick say
Wait.
she's
No,
not going, you
no.
gonna be like, oh, you better talk to her, shit. And
Here's the thing. And I'm glad that you said that. Because the people that know me, and I'm sure by then she will have known me, she would have known not to even try no funny stuff, because she would have known what time it is and she was gonna come over and get that work, okay?
she's
So
going, hey,
she
Dad.
wouldn't even
That chick that was here a little while ago had me thinking, there
if
she
she
go.
wouldn't even have tried it that way, because she already know what time it is and she already know how I would give it up about my kids, period. So if she did that, my thought is not like, oh, she trying to play with me. It's like, oh, something must have happened that took place to make her feel like she needed to override that. Let me and her have a conversation about it. Trust
There she
me.
go. Destiny went
Trust
on break.
me.
Destiny went
Any
back to the
person
locker room.
that he would get with, he's gonna make sure that she knows, and she's gonna find out for herself. They ain't gonna play with me like that. It ain't even gonna go down
Destiny,
like that.
Destiny, I'm
And
gonna tell you something. I love you.
not just because the physical, but because they're gonna have too much respect for me for it to go down like that. And that's
Destiny,
just how that's the tone that I'm gonna
let me
set,
tell you this,
and that's
Destiny.
how it's gonna be.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, B. I love you, B. I really do. But see, I don't even know how to do that goofy shit. But
Because you don't have no heart. But go ahead.
oh, Destiny, that's not nice.
Go ahead. That's why you don't know how to make one. Go ahead. You don't even know what it feel like to feel a beep boop through your chest.
I do. I love you, Destiny. I love you with everything I got. I don't love you enough to die for you. I don't love nobody enough to die for them. But I
That's
love
it's
you,
such
Destiny.
you must lead a very semi miserable life. I'm dying
No,
for
it's
my
not
kids
semi.
every which way,
I'm not dying for
any
nobody.
day, any time. I
I'm
am
not dying for
dying for
nobody.
mine.
I love my
I'm
children.
dying for my kids. You hear
I'm
me?
not dying for my children.
I'm
That's just
dying
too
for my
damn
kids. If
different.
I have to jump in front of a bullet to save their life, it's done. It ain't even a
Destiny,
question. I'm dying for mine.
Destiny, not me.
Dying.
Destiny, I love
R.I.P.
you.
me.
Destiny, I love you. But I'm telling you right now, nowhere in hell do I believe that that woman can override your decision and get away with it that easy.
I never
No
said it
way
was
in
that
hell.
easy. I said we have to have a conversation. I
You
gotta see
coming,
what it's about.
you
If
coming to the
it's
house
on
with a
some petty stuff,
ponytail.
then no.
You coming to the house with a ponytail. And Sean gonna be in there talking about, yo, don't, it ain't going down the way y'all think it's going down. But you and I both know it's not gonna go down like that. You and I both
No.
know.
I
Thank
wouldn't
God
even go
you and
over. I
Sean are
would
together
call
forever.
her. Hey Ashley, Dakota
I ain't
told
calling
me you
nobody.
told her she can't go to the movies after I already told her that she could. Can you explain to me what's going on so that we can get on the same page? And if Ashley talking crazy, all right, Ashley, you know what? I think this conversation is best to have in person.
And I'm
And
coming
then
over
it's
there to
just
put
up
these
from there.
hands on you. And I'm coming over
Listen,
there to put
I'm
these
not saying
hands.
that. Look, I grew and I matured a lot from then, so I'm not saying everything is gonna escalate to that. But what we ain't
I
gonna do,
will
I want to see
have
if you can have that same energy in my face.
I'm gonna have a conversation with the nigga. And but before I have that conversation with the nigga, I'm gonna look my son in his eye and I'm gonna say, what the fuck did I say? Point blank period.
But you
What did
can't
I
do
say?
that because now you're
Oh, I
teaching your
can.
child to disrespect the
Oh, I can.
person. That's
Oh, I
but this
can.
is
I'll
this is
deal with
why you
that
gotta have
person later.
conversations and it
What
gotta
did
be
I say?
behind closed doors. Because
Yes, I said what I
if
said.
you tell your child that they don't gotta respect that person, then you
Ain't got
can't
no,
in turn expect that
ain't got
person
nothing
to
to do with
have any
respect,
type of
man.
care or responsibility for your child because you told your child not to respect them.
It ain't got nothing to do with respect.
It
It's
does.
no, nothing
It
overrides what I
does.
say.
You
Nothing
don't know.
overrides
You
what I
don't
say. I'll
know.
deal with it.
You don't know if you told your child they could go ahead and go to the movies, and then 5 minutes after you told them that they at the corner store with their friends, they doing some dumb stuff, they get caught stealing. The police coming up to the door with them like, oh, this is what went down, and they're like, okay, well, you can't go to the movies anymore. You don't know why. You don't know the why. You can't just automatically
What
be like, oh, whatever,
what did
whatever.
I say?
You need to
What
have a
did I say?
conversation.
Now, when his mother or her mother comes and talk to me and be like, "This is the reason why such and such said,"
Man.
then I'm gonna be like, "Yo, cool." Then I'm gonna grab that child and be like, "Yo, you know better. You should have known better, and you should have known that I would have changed my mind, knowing that your behavior." But what I say sticks until I say anything different, and that's
Yeah,
just the
no.
era I come from. Yeah, that's the era I
Yeah,
come
that
from.
ain't gonna work.
That's
That's
gonna
not
work.
true. That's not true because back in the day, everybody was making sure and holding all those kids accountable on the block. Everybody was telling, get down, don't do that, and then let the mom know, hey, I told your kid to get down, that whatever.
They were
Everybody had their
telling them to
hands in the
get
pot back in
down
the day.
because they were
Everybody had their
shooting.
hands in the pot. You said
They
what?
were telling them to get down because they were shooting.
All
Of
right,
course
and
I'm
she
gonna
said he can't go to the
shoot.
movies because you done got caught stealing.
Yes, you dragging it. You dragging it.
No.
I promise you. I love you, man. I really do. But ain't nobody disciplining my children like that. Nobody.
Well, all I know is if I was ever in that situation, it would never be with a guy that's like you. That's like, oh, I gotta play
Yes.
the back
What's with the
scene, but front
personal?
scene, but back
What's
scene,
with
in between scene, side
what's
scene.
with the
It
personal
ain't
attack?
happening. It ain't happening.
When are you gonna say something nice about me? Because thus far, you're like, I will never date a guy like you. I'll never have my kids around a guy like you. And they're here all the time.
I didn't say I wouldn't have. I would not as a partner. I wouldn't have them around you in that way. But I mean, you who
Your
be,
kids
my
love
kids
me.
be around you, bro. My kids be around you all the time.
They love me, bro. And
They
y'all love the
do. They
things.
do.
Yeah, y'all love the things that I do with the children. I'm a little soft guy for the children. It's the
For the
niggas.
children.
Yeah, it's the niggas.
Well,
It's the
no. For everybody else's children, but your own. You ain't soft for your kids.
because they know better. They know better.
No.
But see, we walking two different fences. You gotta remember, I'm walking the fence of a grandparent. You're just now walking the fence of a parent. So I can have my grandkids with me and give them all the ice cream I want and send their ass home. You understand what I'm saying? I can do that.
And you too old because you know better.
When your kids come over here and they say, I want pizza, I'm gonna always negotiate to get the pizza. Even though they don't eat cheese, I'm always negotiating because they like my grandkids. You feel me? I'm a side nigga baby daddy.
And
I'm
that you
side nigga
are.
daddy.
That you are.
I've always been a
That
side
you
nigga
are.
daddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna always negotiate for the children. But if my kids want a pizza, you better get your ass in there and get you one of them damn peanut butter and damn jelly sandwiches. But my grandkids,
That's crazy.
but my
That's
grandkids,
crazy. Yo,
nah,
you treating your kids like second class citizens and
my
then
kids
treating
already
somebody
hate
else's
me.
kids like
My,
luxury.
my kids already hate me, man. My grandkids, they don't have to feel that hate.
You know you have time to turn things around. You don't have to stay on that.
Nah, I'm Gucci. I'm okay.
And
I'm
then you wonder
50.
why I don't have nothing nice to say.
I'm 50. I'm 50.
Okay.
I don't owe my kids anything. My kids don't owe me anything. I'm 50. I've already raised them.
You should be trying to give them the same happiness that you're trying to give the grandkids.
I'm 50. I'm halfway out the door, Des.
I mean, you might be you might be more than halfway out the door. I'm just saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of this show. That's put me in the grave.
I didn't
Go
put
on,
you in the grave.
Des, go ahead and do your thing. Subscribe. Let's do your thing. Subscribe. And thanks for joining us. Once again, we love you. Mwah. And don't forget, subscribe. Yeah, go ahead and do it for me real quick. Because I like
Yo,
it
you
when you
did
do
such a
it.
great job. You
'Cause
you
you
did.
always
Oh,
got the
don't forget to like, comment, and
and
share.
share. There you go. There you go. There you go. And
See?
don't forget, subscribe. Go ahead, D.
And thank you.
And
Thank you
thank you for
for
showing.
joining us on this episode of Matter of Opinion. And that is a wrap, folks.